this session we are going to start a new topic, that is accounting for non-profit organizations, or you can also say accounting for not-for-profit organizations. Okay, so first of all, this will be introductory video. We will be discussing about the concept here first. Okay, in the upcoming session we are going to solve all the problems relating to this chapter. Right, first of all, let us try to understand the meaning of a non-profit organization or not for profit organization. Okay, see, usually we carry on business activities to earn profits. Right, why business is carried on? The main objective or intention of every business is to earn profits. Right, I have a stationery business, so I am purchasing one pen for 3 rupees, but I am selling it for 5 rupees in the market. So I am selling it with the intention of profit. That 2 rupees extra is profit for me. It is the main source of income for me, right? So usually all the businesses have the profit motive. It's the main motive of the business. Okay, but these non-profit organizations are not like that. Okay, their main intention is not to earn profits. Okay, so they do not carry on business activities, or they do not carry any activities with the purpose of earning profits. Then what could be their purpose, or what could be their motive? So here their motive will be basically to serve the society. Okay, they work for the benefit of the society or providing the services for society. Okay, it could be educational services, it could be healthcare services. Okay, it could be like providing orphanages for orphan kids. Okay, providing old age home facilities. Right, so all these are non-profit organizations whose motive is not to earn profits. Okay, these are usually also called as NGOs in common language or layman's language. Right, so NGO stands for non-gaining organization, so they give the same meaning. Right, so if they do not carry on any business activities, then how do they generate income, or what is the source of their income? Right, so for NGO or a NPO, the main source of income is donations which they receive from people, or donations, you can also say charity. Right, so the main source of income for a NPO or a NGO is donation. That is why most of the NGOs these days, few people from NGOs come to your business organization. They tell you that I work in certain NGO, so would you like to donate for it? Right, they come and ask for donations these days. Okay, whatever the amount they receive from these donations will be used for providing services to the society. Clear? So basically NGOs work for the welfare of the society. Okay, let us try to understand the meaning. Not for profit organization refers to organization that work for the welfare of the society, as I already told you, and set up as a charitable institution which function without any profit motive. Okay, the main aim is to provide service to a specific group or people at large. Okay, so it could be like providing services to the school kids, it could be providing services to the ill people. For healthcare services, it could be for one specific group or for whole public or whole society at a large. Clear? Now let us try to have a look at the characteristics of NGO or NPO. Okay, you can also say not for profit organizations. Right, first characteristic here is service motive. So as I already told you, main objective or main intention of these type of organizations is not to earn the profits, but to provide services to the society. Clear? Second objective or second characteristic here is profit is not the objective. Again, these both points are none other than same. Clear? Then third point that we have is people subscribe to such organizations are called members. Now here these NGOs or NPOs provide subscription facilities. Okay, they provide subscription facilities to the member. You must have seen sports club, right? So clubhouses or health clubs, all these are also a type of NGOs. People subscribe over those sports club or health clubs and they enjoy the services provided by them. Okay, suppose I am subscribing to a sports club for an year okay, so I will be called its member, then I am eligible to play any of the sports available there, okay, available, or any of the sports services provided by these types of NGOs. Usually, generally, we will be having basketball courts, we will be having tennis courts, squash courts, swimming pools, gym facilities. All of these will be in a sports club. Okay, if I subscribe to it, if I become its member, then I will be called its member. Okay, so this is also one source of income for an NPO. The people who subscribe to them has to pay subscriptions, they have to pay subscriptions, or they have to pay membership fees. Okay, they have to pay membership fees. These are also a source of revenue for these NPOs. The amount collected here will be again used for the welfare of society. Clear? Then fourth point is, it is a separate entity. Okay, it does not has any one particular owner. The existence is not linked to the owner here. Okay, if any of the owner discontinues these activities, or if any of the owner dies, then these NGOs or NPOs won't stop. There is no one particular owner here. NPO itself has a separate legal entity. NPO will be known by its name, not by the name of the owner. Clear? Then surplus not distributed among its members but added in capital fund. Now this point is very important here. Okay, usually in business what happens, suppose I have a partnership business. Okay, I am a partnership, I am a partner in a partnership firm. Okay, so here in case whatever the excess profits is earned by my business organization, okay, suppose 10,000 profits are extra to me now, are extra to this business now. Okay, so these extra profits will be distributed among the partners, right? It will be distributed among the partners at the end of the year. Okay, but in this case what happens, whatever the surplus, if they earn more and more subscriptions, if they get more and more membership fees then their expenditure, okay, that surplus will not be distributed among any of its members. Okay, I told you who are the members. The members are those who subscribe for such organizations. Okay, the profits or extra income generated by NPO will never be distributed among its members. Okay, it will be added to a capital fund. So basically here a capital fund will be created. Okay, capital fund will be created. All this excess money will be transferred into this capital fund. So whenever NGO is providing any of service to the for the welfare of the society, they use the amount from this capital fund. Clear? Like how we have capital for business, for NPOs we have capital fund. So all this excess amount or surplus will be distributed there. Clear? And another one point, when we prepare income and expenditure account for a NPO, whatever the profit or loss we get, we won't call it as profit or loss. Clear? So if my income is more than my expenditure, then I will not never call it as profit. I will call it as surplus. Okay, if my expenditure is more than my income, then I will not call it as loss. Okay, I will call it as deficit. So instead of using profit or loss like how we use in our normal business organizations, we use the word called surplus or deficit here. Okay, when we will prepare income and expenditure account, I will tell you clearly. Okay, next point that we have is managed by elected persons. Okay, now the question is, who manages these NPOs or who manages these NGOs, right? So all the members together elect certain person. Okay, so they are responsible for managing all the activities of a NGO. Clear? All the members of the NGO will elect certain persons. They will manage the activities. Then seventh and last point is major funds in the form of contribution and donation. So I've already told you about this. The main source of income or main source of revenue for an NGO is donations or charities given to them. Okay, so usually nowadays many of the people, many of the businessmen are philanthropists, right? They will be doing many charitable activities. They will be giving a lot of donations, charities. Okay, every business, most of the businessmen nowadays are starting their own NGOs. Okay, they are promoting for certain NGOs. So main contribution, main form of income